What's good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and this one I want to break down what's going on with NIO and the overall market. I'm going to talk about some very important levels to watch for in Tesla, SPY, the QQQ, and many other tickers. Also, what's going on with the news affecting NIO, as we have a very bullish catalyst that came out that helped NIO explode today, as we saw NIO hit $9, and the share price is once again showing more and more life as the days go on. But before I break the devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 6 free stocks. If you deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks plus 6 months of level 2 data. If you put in $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 70 free stocks plus 12 months of level 2 data. The offer ends in just about 9 hours from now, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's talk about the market and what's going on in the video. So I'm a little bit late today, guys, because I had a slight family emergency involving a traffic incident. Luckily, nobody got hurt. Everything is okay. Everything is cleared up, but that took up the majority of my time today. So I was unavailable. So I'm just back right now, and I'm just going to record this video. I know it's kind of late, but I'll still get this done with because I'm very committed to what it is that I do. So for NIO, this thing was up 4.64% for the day, outperforming the markets. SPY was only up 0.56%, kind of flat. It did push up a little bit, then came back down. It didn't move that much. And the question is, how will we move going forward? Are we going to see the market just continue to come back down to fill this gap, or is SPY going to continue to push up? I'll be breaking this down in the next couple of minutes. Tesla was kind of red and made an attempt to bounce, but ended up failing. And now it's looking a little bit weaker, but we're going to be watching to see if support holds. So I'm going to be watching all these different levels. When it comes to our economic calendar, don't forget, guys, that tomorrow in the morning at 10:30 a.m., we have the New York Fed Treasury purchases from the 2.25 to 4.5 years. That's going to be a little significant. It could cause some volatility here and there. And besides that, there's not really anything else coming out that's that crazy. Pretty light on the data as well. And then when it comes to NIO, I just want to mention that William Lee Bin drove an ET7 to test the 150 kilowatts battery, and they're basically looking at how well it did. And they basically are saying that the car achieved a range of over 1,000 kilometers on a single charge. So it just goes to show how powerful this battery pack is, how efficient it is, and how useful this could be for many different consumers. That is good news for NIO as they're continuing to strive to improve. And as a result of their growth and such, we have some big news that came out. NIO has jumped again on a $2.2 billion Abu Dhabi investment into the Chinese EV maker. Abu Dhabi's CYVN investment fund will be NIO's biggest single. Become NIO's single biggest shareholder. Excuse me, guys, for a second. That's great news for NIO. They're once again continuing to grow. And I want to ask you guys a question. Why on earth is Abu Dhabi investing so much into a company that's going to fail? Why are they investing into a company that's garbage? The answer is they're not investing in garbage. NIO is not garbage. NIO has a bright future, and you have to give this company the time it needs. Right now, the macroeconomic factors in China and the world are making things harder for NIO. I understand that. I know that. And I know that there's hardships coming. But I simultaneously believe that 2024 is going to be a good year for NIO. It's going to be a good year for small and mid caps, at least by the time we approach the end of the year. And I believe that NIO is going to bounce as we're continuing to see this happen. Looking at NIO, looking at its enhanced balance sheet, NIO is well prepared to sharpen its positioning, help to basically mitigate costs, and continuing to navigate in more intensifying competitive landscapes. So this is good news for them. That's what they said, and they're very confident and convicted in the company. So with that being said, they're very excited about the future. This is some good news for them. Their guidance has been pretty strong between 47 and 49,000 delivery units, which is good for the Q4 of 2023. That's a 20% growth year over year. Could be a little bit weaker than what we initially expected, but still not bad as NIO is still showing life. And that's despite all these issues that are going on with the economies around the world. NIO is still doing well in these higher interest rate environments. Volume was 132 million, well above average. And I think that NIO may try to hold up now, at least for some time, as volume is still high. And if you look at the short volume relative to price, it still is at this high. It might actually come down a little bit. On top of this, Mizuho has a buy rating for NIO. Price price ratio is going up as NIO is gaining some strength. And we tend to see more green about 55% of the time on Tuesdays. We could get another green day for NIO. Don't forget that historically we tend to see some more volatility at 11 o'clock a.m., 2 p.m., and then during the last hour of the trading day. So what do I see for the chart for NIO? Honestly, guys, I think NIO is still trying to hold up quite decently. I'm going to be watching to see if it could hold the 30 minutes 50 EMA, which has been acting as support. This is going to be our support, this 8.29 area. If we lose this, we're going to come back down to 8. However, so far it's holding up. And when we zoom out, you can see we have a very, very nice uptrend that's starting to develop on the 4-hour time frame. There's no sign of NIO breaking down yet, so I'm going to be expecting one more attempts to pop towards this wick. We could actually try to push up towards this 8.7 area, then come back down. But I think there's going to be one more attempt higher. I don't think it's done just yet. I think that there's still potential left in the stock. On the daily time frame, it did push then come back down. So the question is, will it kind of like pop, then drop down to fill this gap and then bounce? That's another possibility. But I personally believe that NIO has a lot of potential. I think that it's going to attempt to push up one more time, retest 8.5 or so. Then it's going to likely come back down. It might fill this gap soon. We could see it retrace a bit towards $8 later on, but then it's going to likely bounce after that and just try to continue to hold up. So look for a little pop and drop to fill the gap, then a bounce after that after 50 EMA. And so far, I think that NIO is going to continue to make higher highs and higher lows as the chart is clearly showing an uptrend. If you actually look at this, we have an uptrend developing, and we're eventually going to be testing our 200 EMA on the daily time frame. So look for a pop and then a drop to fill this gap, and eventually a nice push up later on over the next couple of days. As far as Tesla goes, we hit our daily 200 EMA and kind of like rejected off of it. So Tesla looks a little bit weak on the daily. Look for a little pop on Tesla and maybe a little bit of downside. We could be retesting 250 to 248, so watch that very carefully. On the daily time frame on SPY, we look kind of decent so far, but I do want to warn you all that SPY did flip a bit intraday. It started strong, then ended up weak, closing kind of weak. So look for another attempts to fill this imbalance over here. Watch for 472.5, then a rejection. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually come back down to fill this gap later on, though. So it could be making its way back down to 470 later on, but watch for a little pump and drop first. As far as Apple goes, Apple, in my opinion, has some potential. It came down quite a bit towards the 50 EMA. It's going to likely test the 20 EMA at 196, then come back down. The QQQ is doing well. It tried to push higher, but be careful at that 408 area. We tend to have some tight resistance and we have a bearish divergence. I could see either retesting 408s to 410, then rejecting, or kind of rejecting and retracing to 403. So watch that very carefully. As far as NVIDIA goes, NVIDIA is now currently just barely at 500. We'll see if this is just another liquidity grab and if this is about to come down or not. But I do have a feeling it's going to retrace back down to 495 or so. So we'll be watching for that as well. But anyways, guys, that's what I have for this video. I think that some stocks like NIO have a lot of potential to outperform the markets. I think NIO is going to pop one more time off the 50 EMA towards 8.7 to 8.5. Then it's going to come down after another liquidity grab to fill its gap around $8. Then we might bounce after that. And we're still establishing higher highs and higher lows. We were at $7 just a couple of days ago. Now we're at 8. It's starting to uptrend. We made a very nice explosive move for today after some big news that came out. So once again, if you have doubts in NIO, if you think this company is going to fail, then you're free to do whatever you want. But I really want to just let you know that if NIO truly is a trash company, why is Abu Dhabi investing billions of dollars into it? Why on earth is NIO getting the attention from the media? Why is NIO continuing to grow when it comes to deliveries? Give the company the time it needs and they're going to improve their margins. I really believe in them and I think that they just need time, but I'm still very patient and very confident in what this company is going to achieve. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Have a great day. I'll see you guys very soon. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and I'll see you guys soon tomorrow. Thank you and peace out.